Let's introduce the senior football players from Hanson Memorial High School. In numerical order, beginning with number 2, A.J. Sebastian. A.J. is being escorted by Allie Sebastian and Noella Nardino.
What was Keene's record? I don't think the last time I came to a game, he threw a chair, he broke a headset, he was screaming. It was so funny. And then at halftime, he like ran down the steps to go talk to the coaches over there.
Our next senior, number 4, Caleb Wheeler. Caleb will be escorted by Kelly and Keith Weaver. Our next senior is number 6, Rudy Fricker. Rudy would be escorted by Fred Fricker and Louise Fontaine. Our next senior, number 8, Jose Soto. Jose will be escorted by Ramon and Mercy Soto. Our next senior, number 14, Ethan Milgrave. Ethan will be escorted by Rebecca Ryan and Tatiana Casimir. Our next senior is number 15, Connor McFarland. Connor will be escorted by Jeremy and Jessica McFarland.
Still snapping.
Our next senior is number 17, Nick Young. Nick will be escorted by Maria and Dan Young.
That was like 11.
Our next senior, 28, Jacob Clarington. Jacob will be escorted by Maria Vasquez Villa. Next up, number 30, Eric Seymour. Eric will be escorted by Eric Seymour and Melissa Jacobs.
I did it on purpose right next to you guys.
So bad.
I feel so evil right now. I feel so
Our
fucking
next year, Joaquin Chavez. Number 65 will be escorted by Francisco Chavez and Fernando Romero.
You guys like them. If they want Keene to win.
And our final senior, number 66, Patrick Vachon. He'll be escorted by Derek and Becca Vachon.
Why don't they just for the football team they don't do shit like that?
At this time, the football team would like to also honor our senior managers, Ava Page, Ciara Ribetto, Aubrey LaPorte, and Brooklyn Flinkfeld. Thank you for all your help for the last few seasons. And now our cheerleaders. We have 3 seniors. Our first, Emily Morin. Emily will be escorted by Jill and Bob Morin.
How is she your cousin? That's like
Look, he is my
why are you starting with me?
God, it's something I think that's
Our second senior cheerleader, Caitlin Correll. And she'll be escorted by Lori and Chad Correll. And a final senior cheerleader, Eleni Arias. She'll be escorted by Brady Mariana.
I'm in high school, everybody. I'm just a short high school.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for all of our senior participants this evening.
It is the Crusaders and the Blackbirds here on Manchester Public Television. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Shabbat McDonough Field here on the campus of Memorial High School for tonight's matchup between the Crusaders and the Blackbirds of Keene. My name is Kyle Heavey, coming at you on this gorgeous October 27th evening, 2023, and we got a good game going on. Along with me is Mr. Tom Bazoin. Coach, this is you've seen Memorial a lot this year. You kind of know what to expect in some ways, but for Keene, they're trying to get to 500 on the season. And your thoughts on what's going to happen tonight?
Well, it's a big game for them. I haven't seen a lot of Keene, but Memorial's going to be pumped for senior night. You know, beautiful night for football, and we'll see where it's going on. So.
Yeah, we just watched the pregame festivities, and a good number of seniors here, and it looks like Keene will be receiving the kickoff here to start off this game. And for Memorial, not the season that they wanted, and trying to get everything squared away and trying to get a second win of the year. The Blackbirds, again, 3-4 on the year, and they have had Memorial's had a tough go of things in a lot of ways. There's a lot of big plays that can happen, and they got to get everything going perfectly tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they struggled, I think, offensively. Because, their new triple option, it just hasn't worked that well. It takes a while to get into a new offensive flow. They tried switching quarterbacks, so you'll see McFarland at the wing tonight. So try to get him in open field because he's quick,
Well, we are excited to see what's going to happen. It's homecoming for the Crusaders, and we'll see if they can get a victory on the last game of the NHIAA season. Right now, we'll take a break and watch the national anthem. Great job by the band for that national anthem there, and we are getting ready to go. Memorial in their all-red jerseys with the white helmets will be going right to left across your screen, and Keene with the white jerseys and the orange on top will be going left or right. And you've had a chance to see this team. I know I haven't been able to see every single Memorial game, as there's tough to have all these different high schools going on for each Friday and Saturday. But you've been able to be here a number of times to see what this team can do. And
they definitely have some athletes and some players. It's just they haven't really put it all together, and it's tough in Division I. If you don't put it together, you can go on a losing streak pretty quick. So let's see if they have what they have tonight. And that's a good tackle right there.
Big tackle right there, and Keene will start off in very tough field position, and tackle right there was by number 10, and that is Jacob Schuff.
And Jacob, I was talking to Jordan about him. It's funny, I was talking to Coach D'Onofrio about him because, he's a hoopster too, so we're going to be seeing him. And he's a transfer from Trinity this year, and they really love him. And you can see why. And they have struggled on special teams the last couple of weeks too, so a big play right there to keep them inside the 20, right?
Yeah, first and 10 from the 18-yard line, and we'll see what Keene can do. A little pass to start things off. He's looking. He's going to be, the ball's going to get away, and that's going to be considered a sack, I guess. The whistle was there.
That's grounding for sure. It should be anyways, because the ball didn't make the line of scrimmage, and he got rid of it. He did not call that grounding.
No,
I think that was beanbag, so he threw something down. Did you see the
I
white
definitely
hat?
saw something, and I was confused on what that was myself.
It's possible a beanbag where it could have been a fumble, but they called it an incomplete pass, I believe. No, they did call it a fumble. Look where he is, second and long. So.
Well, here we go. Memorial playing tough, a run play to the far side, and that will be stopped, and it's going to be a third and long here, Buzz.
And, Keene looks small. They don't look like they have a lot of size up front. And Memorial's been facing some big teams, so maybe inside they can turn it around tonight, because the last couple of games they've been beat up in the interior line. So they can make some plays in there. They definitely have some players in there.
Well, it'd be great to start Keene with a 3-and-out here. We'll see what happens here. A pitch to the running back, number 24, trying to get to the outside. He's able to get it, and he's going to go out of bounds. And we'll see. I think he's short here, but yeah, the arm goes up in the air, so this will be a 4th down. A run to the near side here from Colin Tinnen.
They did get the edge there, though, and Memorial's going to watch out for that later on. You would think this is an automatic punt situation for Keene, but you don't know this late in the season.
Looks like they're coming in. Their quarterback has come out, and that's Kason Abbott who is doing the quarterback duty here for the Blackbirds.
This late in the season, when you need a win, you might be going. They could possibly try to draw them off sides too.
That's absolutely a coach's dream right here. Yeah, snap, and this will be. Oh, it's going to be a false start here. So the punt team most likely will be coming out unless Keene decides that they want to try for a 4th and long.
So it looks like the miscommunication between the center and everybody else, because the ball got snapped and nobody moved.
Reminds me of the Indianapolis Colts and the New England Patriots years ago with
that goofy punt play. Yeah,
the most awkward play in football I think I've ever seen in my life. But Keene will bring out their punter, and Memorial will start off with a good 3-and-out from Keene, and we'll get the ball here. And this is going to be great field position unless this kid has a heck of a leg.
Well, that's what they need in the triple option. We were talked about it all game last week about field position. And
no, this is going to be a trouble. Trying to get on it. And let's see. It looks like he's going to land on it, but that is going to be a mega loss right there. And you hate to see that from Jacob Schuff.
And, we just talked about, Jacob being, he's a young player. He's only a sophomore, so being back there under the lights on Friday night is tough. But that's a fair, that's just his youth. That's a fair catch right there, Definitely a fair catch. You want to get under it, give yourself plenty of time to catch it, and then you still have the good field position even if you fair catch it. So, but he'll learn from that, hopefully, and let's see if Memorial's defense can step up.
This is a major loss right there, as that was basically a big play for Keene to get the ball back, and now running it up the middle for a good yard gain. That's number 28, Colin Tinnen. Again, looks like he is going to be the leader of this running game.
Yeah, or was that 24? It was 24.
I think it was extra 20. Yeah, Wyatt Avery.
Yeah, it's one of the captains. So, that was a tough run. It was just a lead and followed his blockers up into the hole. Well, so just running a quick little wishbone right here.
7-yard gain right there, so 2nd and 3. And now pitch to the far side. Oh, Memorial just not able to get all the holes covered, and he's going to get that 1st down, and he's going to be down by about the 22-yard line. So another 1st and 10, and I believe that was to Josiah Sales.
Yeah, another senior. That's twice they went to the edge on each side of Memorial, and both times they got the edge. On that 3rd down play further back here, they got good yardage, and they got good yardage there. So Memorial's got to figure it out and contain a little bit better.
Oh, 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line as Kason Abbott steps under center and hikes it, and it's going to be a run up the middle. Look at this nice hole, and he's going to be dropped at about the 13-yard line, so that's another 9-yard gain, and we're going to see a lot of Wyatt Avery from the looks of things. He is looking strong in that run game.
Yeah, it looks like they're running the wishbone, where that time they brought the wing down on the right side, and they ran away from the wing, so they must have saw something on tape where Memorial shifts to the wing side quite a bit, and they ran away from the wing there, which was a big play there, 9 yards.
From the 13-yard line, another quick handoff. This will be good for a 1st down. Still rumbling. No whistles yet. Looking for to see what's going to happen. And I believe that was Josiah Sales again. So it's going to be back and forth between Sales and Avery, it looks like, for Keene.
Yeah, and they're double tight. So, like I said, I didn't know much about Keene coming in, but this is an old school offense, and it's funny because there's a couple weeks in a row where Memorial has faced double tight, against Exeter. Exeter runs the T, right, double tight, and these guys are not spreading anybody out. So they're telling you, come on in the box and we're going to go head-to-head with you. We talked about them being small, but you can be small and quick too, you know.
Keene is at the mercy of a Memorial timeout here, as this is the first one, 9:11 remaining in the opening quarter. So it's been Memorial had a chance. We thought that they had it with that 3-and-out, and now it'll be a first and goal from the 9-yard line. And looking at Keene's schedule, they started the season with a tough Salem team that's really doing very well.
Yeah, they're strong
in the Division I West standings, and then also they had to face the likes of Merrimack, Bedford, a tough 35-0 win. A big win versus Brattleboro Union, 42-6. They beat Goffstown, they beat Nashua South, and they're on a 2-game losing streak to Bishop Girton and Nashua North. But
right, their losses have been pretty competitive though. So except for Bedford,
Bedford, which is an undefeated team.
Yeah, that's just about everybody, right?
Between them and Pinkerton, which is where Central is. That's who Central is facing tonight. Run up the middle, chugging away, trying to reach across. Let's see what they mark it as. It looked like it was good from my end, but referees obviously have the decision. And it's going to be stopped at about the 3-yard line, I would say, Coach.
And that's just sales, and that's just power to the left side. And they're pushing the Memorial guys around. And, it happened last week, and that was Memorial's strength for the last couple of years was their interior defensive line, and not so much right now.
Second and goal, a run, and here we go. Avery's going to be stood up, and they're saying touchdown. The Blackbirds take an early touchdown lead here with 8:34 remaining in this first quarter.
And, Memorial continues to struggle against a run. It's been a year-long thing for them. But let's see if, they can figure things out and make some adjustments. That was just a turnover, so hopefully they can get in good field position and maybe get the ball moving.
I believe that was Wyatt Avery that will get the touchdown, and the kick is up, and it is right through the uprights. So Keene takes a 7-0 lead, and Memorial now gets a chance to get their offense on the field, and boy, do they need to get revenge for that, for sure.
They came out strong their first series defensively, and the fumble let the wind out of their sails a little bit. Defense had to come right back out onto the field, and sometimes that can be deflating for young kids. You get them off the field, you get them to punt, and you're going to get good field position. You feel good about yourself, and 2 seconds later, you're back on the field. Let's see if they can get a good return here and maybe get something going, use some clock, and get that triple option going in the right direction.
We've seen it work very well. I saw last week that long touchdown from Vilgrain to Connor McFarland.
Right.
Was able to run down
and it's all been early on in the games, and then they kind of flatten out after that. But
onside kick. It's going to get. We're going to have great field position to start things off. A heck of a try by Keene, but very ready for it was the Crusaders.
Number 3.
And that was a heck of a job there by Pharrell Therancel.
Yeah, 10th grader again, and so that's a smart play by him. I mean, you don't really expect that after an early touchdown for them to onside kick it, and he just did the right thing. Exactly what you want him to do.
Your eyes just light up when oh my goodness, the ball's coming at me. You're not expecting that always, especially on the near side for the return game. But here we go, 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line, 52 yards to go to get a touchdown. It's going to be a run up the middle. Oh, just tripped over.
Ooh.
Oh, I thought he had more of an opportunity, but Aiden Inu was able to tackle him, gain for about 7 yards, I would say.
And Seymour's really been running the ball good. I mean, he's had his struggles inside, but it's been more of the blocking and the schemes. But he really runs the holes well, and he runs hard. So maybe he'll have a big game tonight. I mean, that's 5 yards on the first carry, so that's good.
Yeah, it's a 2nd and 5. My apologies. I got a little ahead of myself thinking that he got further ahead. But here we go with now. It's just so relaxed with getting the snap. It's just the ball's there.
Yeah, it
and
looks
you're
like
just waiting
slow
for your
motion,
block.
right?
Yeah, it really does. You just you see the ball is just right there, and you finally Seymour gets it and is able to burst up and get the first down here.
So those are read plays. So those, the quarterback has to read, and both times he gave it to Seymour, and it was the right decision.
Seymour, 12 yards rushing so far through 2 plays. And, yeah, like you said, he could be the workhorse for this evening. But now a little swipe pitch out to the far side, trying to get some blocks, and that'll be good for 5 yards as well.
And that's McFarland, and, they moved him from quarterback to there for exactly that, to get him into open space because, their idea at the beginning of the year was to get him running the ball at quarterback, and it really didn't work out well for him. So they moved him to that wing spot to try to get him and, see what's better for the team, right? And it's better for him to get into open space. And so far, from what I've seen, it's worked out for him.
Well, offensive coordinator Jordan D'Onofrio had said that, really it was a matter of Connor realizing that he can't outrun everyone on the field like he wants to.
Yeah.
And now to have the opportunity of, look at he's coaching how to what to see here. I love to see the teamwork. Run up the middle, and this is going to be stopped here. Keene is starting to see things pretty well, and their defensive line right there, it looks like they got some good size with Dylan Cushman, the senior.
Yeah, that was a nice play. He slanted right to the power and went right in the hole. This is where the triple hurts you, right? If you lose yards on any down, it's going to hurt you. So now you're 3rd and long. And this isn't really a 3rd and long type of offense. You want to be 3rd and 5 or less. But they have some tricks up their sleeve here. They can pitch it. They can try to go outside. We'll see what they do. See if they come back with Villagran this way.
3rd and 7, 6 minutes to go in the period. And we have kind of a audible, I guess you could say it here, Coach. They're looking around trying to figure things out. And a flag has been thrown.
I think he got the timeout before the delay of game.
Well, this is going to be a costly one if that is.
Yeah, he did. He got the timeout before the delay of game.
2 timeouts used in the first 7 minutes of this contest. Coach, you've been in this tough spot before. You don't want to use them this early in the contest, but.
Yeah, I mean, in the last couple of weeks, I've noticed that they've used them defensively when they get down inside in the red zone. Maybe they'll try to, pump the kids up or make some adjustments or whatever they're doing. But, yeah, it's difficult to use them. But, you don't want to give up 5 yards there. We just talked about how 3rd and long is tough enough. You go to 3rd and 12 in this offense, and now you're talking punt on 4th down. But, I mean, what a night, huh? I mean, it's
67 degrees.
It's incredible.
Late October. I
don't recall ever being out there and being at 67 degrees in late October. I recall freezing my butt off.
I was wearing. I remember some games last year even having the wind flying right into the booth.
Wind. I mean,
don't get me wrong. Last Saturday you had some ugly weather here.
Yeah, it was
you
raining.
and Michael Gonzalez.
Yeah,
but
it was raining.
Obviously,
yeah.
in the press box, we have it nice in some ways, out of the elements. And Seymour's got to get it, and he's not going to be able to get the first down. And this is going to be a tough spot from the 37-yard line. You're too close to punt. You're too far to kick a field goal. But it looks like the punt team will be coming out. And that will do it for the first drive of the night for Memorial with 5:30 remaining.
It can be frustrating to watch sometimes, but the idea is to wear the other team down and try to go inside, and then open up the outside later on. So we'll see if it works out.
Man in motion here for
Memorial. Yeah, they do that on punt, which I'm not a fan of. But
you got to make sure you get to your spot in time for sure. A high snap, kick is up in the air, and it's going to go to the far side. Takes a Memorial bounce to the 5, to the 3, to the 2, and at the 1-yard line. Look at that. Special teams coming into play there. And great job by the Crusaders to get that ball before it got into the end zone.
Right. And, other than the fumbled return that they had on punt return, the special teams have been good so far. I mean, that was a great punt. And, their opening kickoff was terrific, too. So they really pinned them down here. So let's see if they can go back to what they did, in the first 3 downs against Keene.
Well, I would expect an all-out blitz right now for Memorial to try to get a safety here. Snap, and he's got to be wrapped up. Let's see if he got across the line.
I think it is. I mean, I don't see an indication. No, he's
going to say he got it to the 1-inch mark. So 99 yards and 35 inches to go for the Keene Blackbirds.
Right. And, you're looking for a turnover here, too. You're looking to strip the ball or – because, Keene doesn't look like they have big play capability either. They're looking to run it inside and go double tight, so they're not spreading the field either. So if you get them in 3rd and long here on the 1 yard line, I don't know.
Well, here we go from the 1. Keene gonna get to the outside. Can they get him? And he's gonna be wrapped up, able to get a little bit more space out of the end zone. But this is going to be a 3rd and about 8, I would say, here. And Memorial still would like to get a turnover for sure.
That was a patient run by Wyatt Avery. He waited for his block to set up. Even though he was in the end zone when he was running the football, it was a patient run, and it got him out a couple yards anyways. Now you're 3rd and 9. And let's see if Memorial comes in with any kind of stunt or a blitz here.
You'd like to get the ball here. And got to be another run to the far side. They need to be wrapped up and able to do so. But Keene, let's see what they decide to do here as a quick little run by Josiah Sales. And he almost broke some tackles here, but.
Right, and on the first time on 4th and 2, they came out to go for it, right? And they had the bad snap between the center and the quarterback where they got the motion call. So it looks like the quarterback's coming back out unless he's the punter.
I'm thinking they're going to go for it here.
Yeah, you're deep. Where's the ball, at 10?
At about the 9 yard line, yeah. Well, here we go. Let's see if Josiah Sailors or Wyatt Avery gets the ball. Oh, they're just trying to get Memorial to jump, and they're not going to do it. A timeout has been called by Keene, and good job by watching the ball for the Crusaders, not jumping across with the false, hike. And
I'm a fan of that when you're at midfield or over, but down here, everybody knows you're doing it. You're not going to go for it, right? So, just send the punt team out there and see what happens. They had a good result last time. Let's see if they put Jacob back there again. And they are. He's going back to return it again. So that's good that they're having confidence in the kid, even though he kind of muffed the first one.
Coach Rob Sturgis, another year here with the Crusaders, and he would like to get on the board. 2:37 remaining in this first quarter. Homecoming night for the Crusaders, and high snap caught, and this has got a good little boot here for sure. Takes a bounce, and it's gonna be at least in Memorial territory here.
See, Jacob's going to a fair catch that, right? So they didn't get a roll after, but it could have. If that ball in the turf hits just right, that can roll another 10 yards. So, he'll learn because he's young, but a fair catch is in order there as well.
You might as well accept that extra 5 to 6 yards,
right,
than instead of losing it.
Right, because if that ball hits the point, or hits it just right, that's going to roll another 10, 12, 14 yards. So, see if we can get McFarland or Villagrand in the open field here.
Would love to see it for sure, as it's been a lot of Seymour so far. Waiting for the snap, finally, and it's going to be another Seymour. He's going to be wrapped up and brought down, try to go through the middle, but a number of Blackbirds in on that tackle. I saw a number 70 and Evan Ray involved in that, and I believe there was also a Cameron Olivia.
And I see Vashon, 66 Vashon from Memorial coming over to talk to a coach real quick after that play. Maybe he likes his matchup on the offensive line and wants to run over him. Sometimes kids will do that if they think they can blow their guy off the ball.
Now, Coach Henry Surth taking the under the center here for Memorial. Have you been able to see him use his arm much in the past couple of games?
Nah, yeah, not much. It's tough to tell, but and these guys are not throwing the ball at all either. Last game it was tough.
Excuse me, Brady Harrison.
Yeah,
I was looking at the wrong
last
roster.
Game,
my fault.
Last game the ball was soaked, right? It was pouring out. So that thing gets heavy. I know those Wilson balls, those GSTs, they just absorb the water, and they're like 5 times the weight that they are at the beginning of the game. So it's like, you get in a position where you got to throw it. It's kind of hard. I like to, in wet weather, if you can throw, I like to do it at the beginning of the game to try to throw the other team off. But sometimes it's just not in your DNA. You're a running team. You're a running team.
Under 1 minute to go. A little pitch out, try to get around, and he's going to be tackled. And well done by Isaac Nelson, the senior for the Blackbirds. Just saw him and pulled him right down.
So, that comes back to, the sweep to the wide side of the field. So what happens there is, that as soon as they see that toss, they have an angle to get to the football. So that's when you see the athletes getting to the ball because it gives them more time to get there, right? So Memorial looks limited on what they can do offensively.
Well, it'll be 4th and 9, and the punt team comes out again. And see, man in motion, 10 seconds to go in this quarter. A 7-0 Keene lead. Let's see if we get the snap before. And high snap, caught. Kick is good one, and see if it takes a Memorial bounce again. Not as big as the last punt, but it still will be inside the 20 and finally picked up about the 16-yard line. So that will do it for the first quarter. It's been a fun game so far, but really one bad play by Memorial has really been the name of the game so far.
Right. It's probably, what's been going on the entire season for them. So far, the punter's been the MVP. I mean, that time he had pressure by 2 Keene guys and almost had it blocked, and he got it off and got a decent punt off. And the previous time, he pinned him inside the 1, right? So been a couple of nice punts by Memorial. And they could have used one last week against Exeter. I'm not going to keep going back to that, but, that was the key turning point of that football game where they decided to go for it on the 50. And sometimes, sitting up here, it's easy to coach and say, you should do this, you should do that. These coaches know their team better than anybody else. So,
28-7 Exeter win. And
right. At the time, it was 7-0. Memorial was winning. They had all the momentum. And they decided to go for it and didn't get it. Exeter, from then on, went 28-0 the rest of the game. So that can be deflating when that kind of thing happens.
Exeter is facing Dover tonight, so a battle of the Seacoast for sure this evening. That will be a great game. Both of them have a couple losses on the hands of Portsmouth Oyster River, who has been a surprise this year, undefeated for the Clipper Cats.
I was so impressed when I saw them live. I mean, their quarterback is the real deal. And
reminds me of a Jalen Hurts from what I remember. He was looked very good.
And he throws a good ball as well. And I think he wears number 1 too. So.
Yeah, Aiden Thomas is his name, and watch out for him. But we'll be, as we get back to the action here to start this second quarter, and a handoff trying to get to the outside. Wyatt Avery is going to be gang tackled by a sea of red. That was a lot of red jerseys that brought him down right there. Props to him for his strength, but Wyatt Avery, that's a lot of weight on him.
Gang tackle, so they saw that play coming. So let's have some more of that from Memorial and get Keene in 3rd and long again.
Well, a loss of 1 on that play, so a 2nd and 11. And looking to blitz. Oh, they're clogging the holes. But he's able to get to the outside.
That's a good call by the Keene offensive coordinator because Memorial really pursuing to the ball, and they just ran a little quick counter there where, Memorial tackled the guy that didn't have the football.
Yeah, I fell for it myself.
Yeah, it's easy to fall for because it's tough to see with the motion there, but that was a set-up counter play. And they put him at 3rd and short now, so that helped out big time. Let's see what they go with here. I mean, they haven't thrown the ball yet, right?
3rd and 3. Man in motion, and he's going to get the ball. He has trouble with it. He's going to recover the ball, but that is going to be a very large loss of about 12 yards. and it will be a 4th down. And now a flag has been thrown. I'm not sure which side. Keene is pointing at Memorial, and this is where it's been a frustrating thing throughout the season.
Goodness.
You make a great play, and then you start, it looks like something was said, and the referees did not approve of it for sure.
Whoever that was as a player is lucky I'm not down there right now.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
I probably could have guessed who it was. I'm not going to say who it was, but the kid has had those kind of issues, and it's more than frustrating as a staff there, because now you just did your job again, right?
Another job where you've stopped them on 3 and out, and now instead you're giving them another 1st down and 15 yards from that place. So it'll be a 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Clock starts again, 10:20 to go in the half, and boy, Rob Sturgis must be having an aneurysm inside of himself right now. Frustration. And run to the outside. Wyatt Avery still on his feet and is finally being rugby tackled here, and that will be good for about 5 yards.
Yeah, and if Keene does get a good drive going here, this will be a deflator for them, because you just can't have that. No matter what happened, you got to control your emotions on that down and come off the field and be excited on the sidelines, right, when you come off the field. But
celebrate with your team. Say, I feel you. So 2nd and 4 here, run up the middle again, and he's going to be stopped short. It's going to be a 3rd and 1 here. So good job by Keene, good job by Memorial, to really make things work. But a Blackbird slow to get up, and this could be a big thing. Josiah Sales is the guy that's going to be limping off the field. He's got a couple teammates that are coming to check on him.
Yeah, that's a big injury if he is hurt. It's funny because for the last few years, everybody wanted to run spread. Now, lately, these teams are going back to, Pop Warner roots. I mean, this is something that I ran when I coached kids.
And he's going to be a QB sneak that is going to be good for a 1st down. And, very smart. Not a Philadelphia Eagles type first down QB sneak, but it still does the trick, and Case and Abbott will run to the sideline to get the next play on a 1st and 10 now.
And, you think they'll take that out of the NFL next year? Because, there's been a lot of talk about guys getting banged up on that play.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a weird, but it's weird how it's a copycat league, right? Everybody does it after they see one team do it.
Well, I can tell you, Mac Jones does not look like Jalen Hurts when trying to run that play, and that's
in any form.
So a 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Keene, another throw. Oh, look at this run there by Avery. He's going to be out of bounds for a 10-yard gain, so it'll be 1st and 10 again.
And honestly, these are Pop Warner plays. This is nothing but I'm going to run inside. It's wishbone. So it's stuff that you've seen since 7-year-olds were running this stuff. But if you can execute, it doesn't matter what you're doing, right?
It's working for them, and they're going to keep trying for it. So I'm going to assume it's going to be a Seymour run up or not a Seymour, but a Avery run up the middle here. And it wasn't Avery. I don't think it was actually someone else.
It was somebody quicker.
It's Sawyer Lapel.
Right, and he took the other kid's place who got hurt, number 8. That was Avery.
Josiah Sales.
Sales got banged up, so that kid came in for him, and he looks a little quicker.
And Kasich Driscoll also out there. We haven't had to say his name yet, but Jacob Worcester out there as well. So there's some new speedsters out there. If they decide that it looks like Worcester is the end who's just been out there blocking the whole entire time. And a run to the near side, able to get around to the corner. He's going to be wrapped up out of bounds, but it will be inside the red zone. And Keene is enjoying things right there.
They got a hold on 24.
And a flag was thrown back at the 40. I did not see that, so good eyes on that as I was following the ball carrier.
Yeah, he tackled the kid.
You can't be doing that.
Yeah, so he kind of missed his block, so he reached back for it, And when he reached back, he grabbed onto him and tackled him. So it should be a hold there from the 40, so 10 yards back from there.
That's a huge play right there for Memorial, who had been kind of starting to have some issues with stopping the Blackbirds. It seemed like every play was working pretty well. It seems like the first 3 plays, Memorial's doing a good job of stopping them, but then from there, it's been a little bit more difficult to get things going.
Well, you can't stop them in their own end and then have a stupid 15-yard penalty.
Yes, yeah.
On third down. I mean, you do that, you're asking your defense to be out there the whole time. It's just it's not right. I mean, I would tell that kid to sit down for the rest of the game, personally.
1st and 20 now from the 50-yard line, and Keene has been backed up. A run up, switching things up. He still finds a hole, and that is able to get 10.5 yards right there. So great job. I'm very impressed with this Sawyer Lapel.
Yeah, and he's a good back, and that was a nice cut. It was a cutback play coming back the other side. So you have the two blockers leading to the opposite side, and this kid cuts back the other way. And it's just a design play to throw the linebackers off, and it worked.
Well, here's a 2nd and 9, officially from the 39-yard line. Now, it has some trouble. He's able to get it, and he's going to be brought down a good 1-yard gain. But a little issue there with receiving that.
Yeah, the last couple pitches they had a little issue with. That one there, he caught it, but it was down by his shin pads.
He was lucky to get that
Yeah.
for sure. You got to check for some stickum like the 1970 Steelers or Raiders.
You're 3rd and long, and you're inside the 40, so I got to imagine that it's 4-down territory for him. So they're going to call a play here that's maybe going to get him to 4th and manageable. Not trying to get the whole thing right here. They're going with 2 wings here now.
Well, Abbott is going to pass the ball, looking for something, and he's going to be wrapped up, and it's going to be lost for at least 2 yards. Great job by the Crusaders. Now they can see if they can keep their mouth shut right now, Coach.
Yeah, that would be nice.
So with 5:40 remaining, Memorial still has 1 timeout, and the kicking team for the Blackbirds of Keene are coming out, and we'll see Braden French, the freshman, out there to kick the ball.
That was good coverage by the DBs for Memorial, able to let the line get to the quarterback, and you could see that coming because it was the first time they were in that formation. So
high kick, Schuff is not going to fair catch it. It's going to take a awkward bounce out of bounds, but it'll be 1st and 10 from about the 14-yard line for Memorial. 5:12 remaining, and they got to get a good drive here to start things off.
Yeah, he's a little gun shy back there after the fumble, I think. But, I tell the kid, you're out there to make plays. Make a play. If something happens, something happens. But, that was the right call there anyways. Let it roll. And let's see if they got 5 minutes, so they got plenty of time if they want to get a drive going here.
I've seen a number of amazing returners here from the West team in your years of coaching.
Yeah, I was lucky to have some good athletes over there.
Well, it looks like a run to the outside, trying to get the corner. A number of flags. It looks like laundry day at the...
We got a hold on the edge somehow. I didn't see it, but yeah.
I'm not sure of a number at all on that. I saw 65 in Joaquin Chavez kind of walking back slowly. I don't know if he might have been the culprit or who it was.
Yeah.
But they'll have a tough loss here.
So here lies your problem with any kind of straight run offense. When we ran the single wing, it was the same thing. You have to get yardage on 1st down. If you're 1st and 20, that puts you at a wicked disadvantage because now, 1st and 17. So let's see what happens here.
You got to go half a distance to the goal. A run here. Look at the speed, and look at this. Memorial looking like they might tie this game up. Oh, he's going to be caught, though, at about the 12-yard line. A big run right there for Memorial. Good for about 82 yards.
And who else but McFarland? He's been their big play guy. So they kind of got a little trick play in there. It was tough to see, but it was an inside reverse handoff. So nice call there by Jordan. Try something different, and got him to the open field, which is what they want to do with him. Because once he gets past the linebackers, he's got some go. He can really motor. So
very impressed, and a big-time tackle right there for the Blackbirds, who will call a timeout as they all had to go run a long ways. Again, 83-yard gain right there for Connor McFarland, and now Keene will have to be strong. I don't know how their red zone defense is. Memorial's red zone offense we haven't really seen much of this year. They've been scoring from further out than.
Well, yeah, it's either been long plays or last week they didn't get inside the 50-yard line against Exeter, but here you can really take your time and run your offense correctly. But key is first down, right? First down, you want to get 3, even if it's 3 yards. That's fine. You can open up the playbook a little bit more on 2nd and 7, 2nd and 6. So hopefully they can finish it off here. And if they do,
you get the ball to start the second half too.
Doesn't it seem like Keene should be killing them right now the way this game's going?
Oh.
So I mean, because Memorial has made a couple of key mistakes in this game, and Keene has had the ball most of the time. So if they can do that, they'll have the momentum going into halftime, I believe.
Well, here we go. 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. 4:43 remaining in the first half. Looks like McFarland's going to go under center here.
Yeah, he's back at quarterback, yeah.
We got Seymour in the backfield, eyeing the defense. Now under center, kicks the ball. It's going to be to Seymour. He's going to run up the middle, and he's going to be good for the touchdown. Memorial able to get on the board, and with an extra point, they will tie up this game, a 12-yard run. And for senior night, very happy to see him get on the board.
Yeah, good for Seymour because he's a resourceful kid. I mean, he has had his dealt with knee injuries over his career, and you can see he's an excellent back. I would have loved to have him over at West when I was there, and that was a great run.
Kick is
it's good.
Good.
That's it.
Seemed like he started off a little early on that, but it worked out for them. And Coach, we have a tied game, 4:36 remaining in the second quarter, and excitement in the air here at Shabbat McDonough.
Fantastic. Let's see if the kickoff can do the same thing they did before and pin them down inside the 20. That was a great play last time by Schuff. And, looks like he's back out there again. So hopefully, what a run by McFarland to set it up. But I'd like to see Seymour because he's been their workhorse. So I'd like to see him get in the end zone. That was great.
Well, here we go with kicking team back out here. Get things going here for. I haven't seen a kickoff since the first play of the game, and it's a short one. It's going to be caught at about the 17-yard line, trying to go to the inside of the field, and it's going to be wrapped up and brought down. Looks like the tackle was again by our own number 3, Pharrell Therancel.
And he's had a couple of big special teams play too, right? He had that the recovery on the onside kick, right? And then he made that play. So inside the 30 is good. So if you keep him, to me, you keep him inside the 30, I'm happy, So let's see if they can prevent any big plays here. And too bad they used those timeouts early on, right?
Yeah.
Because now there would have been a good time to be using them.
Well, from the 28-yard line. Oh, he's going to be wrapped up and brought down. Look at that. Big tackle right there by number 36. And that, unfortunately, we don't have his number. Somehow they.
30s, no 36?
No 36. It looks like I lose it at about the 30 to the 47. Yeah. So we will try to get that squared away at halftime. Don't know how I lost that part.
See if I can find it on my old one here. We got to give it credit.
Yeah, we definitely need to. That was a big loss here that will bring them back. A loss of 3 on the play. And now a 2nd and 13 from the 25-yard line. This will be a pass play, a little lollipop. It's not going to be complete. It was in the hands of number 11, Jacob Worcester, but he was not able to bring it in. And now it'll be 3rd and 13.
It was Landon Murphy was 36.
Landon Murphy.
Yeah.
Thank you for looking that up. I'm thankful you have the other lists here.
Yeah, that goes back to my coaching thing. I save everything.
So, 3:48 remaining with that incomplete pass. The clock has stopped, and 3rd and 13 from the 25-yard line. Keene is going to throw it again, now running for his life. Abbott trying to get some yards, and he's going to get that first down. Good little scramble right there from Kason Abbott.
And that's a big play because I believe that Keene was doing Memorial a favor by throwing the ball there, right? Because Memorial didn't have any timeouts. So, the incomplete pass stopped the clock. And if they would have incomplete pass there, then they would have been in a punting situation with Memorial having enough time to go down and score again. So that was a big play.
7-7, 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. It's going to be a run up the middle. Linebackers do their job and stop them. But it was good for a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, it looks like that's their game too, right? Running up inside. When they try to get fancy, their passing game hasn't really been there.
Well, Josiah Sales is back in there. He was the one who just made that run, but he has come out of the game, and now Sawyer Lapel back in there.
Well, Sawyer's got some quickness too, so they might go right back to him.
There we go. And looks like that will be on Zach Driscoll, who will jump offsides, and that will lose the Blackbirds 5 yards. So now we'll get a 2nd and 8.
Now you're getting the 3 minutes. Yeah, if you're Memorial, you're looking just to hold them from scoring here, and you're getting the ball back after the half. You just scored, so you think you should have the momentum, right, coming into the second half in a 7-7 game. So let's see if they can hold them here, and even if they make them punt, they don't do anything on offense. Keene doesn't have any timeouts either, right? They got one left.
I think they have one left as well, yeah. So now 2:45 remaining, a 2nd and 8 from the 41. A little pitch out, trying to get to the outside. Farrell is going to be brought down this time, and that will be good for only about 2 yards. So it'll be a 3rd and 6
and it's
here.
on my guy Nick Young, and it is, yep. That's a terrific job by him. He's a good defensive player. Him and Soto, I think, are their standouts on defense. And that's not the first time I called them, but, I still struggle with these weird numbers on these jerseys. I don't know. You do a better job with it, Kyle. I have a hard time. The white ones, man, those white jerseys, those numbers stand out, right?
A timeout by Keene has been called. So with 2:09 remaining, the Blackbirds are looking to get something going here on a 3rd and 6. And, boy, this is a more of a closer game than I was expecting it to be in some ways. Keene, again, with a 3-4 record, I thought that they were going to possibly come out, but Memorial 1-6 is where they're at in the year, but they've had some tough games.
Yeah, they're playing in the East, right? With the East is, I think, a little bit better than what people thought.
No one expected Portsmouth Oyster River.
Portsmouth and Dover and Exeter's always tough to beat. In Memorial, they gave Exeter a game for a half last week. And, that has been their story for the last couple of years where, they're in there, but they just can't get over that hump, And I don't quite understand it, but I think they will. I think they have enough players, and I think they have enough talent where – eventually that they're going to be the team in Manchester.
The lone win came at Winnicott, a 32-11 victory back on September 15th. And Winnicott is same thing. They've only won one game as well this year. And that was to Goffstown.
Yeah, so it's not a quality win.
Another pitch out, trying to get to the outside. Wyatt Avery sees some room and is able to get the first down. So that timeout worked to perfection for the Blackbirds. And they will get a new set of downs with 2:01 remaining.
Right, it's not rocket science. I mean, they got the wide side of the field. They've been running pitch the whole day. So you got to figure on 3rd and long, that's what they're going to do. They can't throw the ball very well. So
We've
I
seen
mean,
that. I mean,
yeah, I mean, it's a couple of times that they have attempted it. They had the one scramble for the first down, and then the opening play, it was almost a sack, right?
Yeah,
it was a sack.
I can say Kason Abbott does not set himself up.
I mean, he runs the offense terrifically, but they're not a throwing team, or they'd be out in the spread.
Well, right from the 50-yard line, run up the middle. It's going to be wrapped up and only be about a 3-yard gain. And looks like it was Avery again who got that ball. And I got to give Memorial's defensive line credit. Although they've been kind of beat up throughout the season, they've done a heck of a job.
Well, they've been on the field the whole first half.
Yes,
I don't know the time of possession's going to be huge. I mean, because even with Memorial's touchdown, it was that one big play, right?
A pitch out again to the far side. Oh, he cuts inside. That's going to be good for a first down and brought down at about the 35-yard line. So the clock will stop with a first down, $1:27 to go. I don't know if they have a kicker, but at least they're getting chunk yards here, and that's all it needs to do to get it possibly in the end zone. Another pitch out again. Oh, he's going to be wrapped up. He's going to be held onto, and a piggyback ride there by Jose Soto.
Nice job by Soto keeping him in bounds, because that's what you want to do right now. Keene's just hoping for this 34 kid, Sawyer, to break one, because he looks like he's the speediest of the 3 backs.
Well, under 60 to go in the first half. A run up the middle is going to be wrapped up and finally brought down. And the clock will... A lot of whistles here. We'll see what the referee decides here. It looks like we have Soto is now able to get up. Slow to run off the field here.
Keene doesn't have any timeouts left, right?
That's why I'm confused. The referees are together here.
They
flag
picked the flag up,
picked up.
But the clock stops, so that's...
Oh, that is they gotta wind this back up.
He's going to go over and... Yeah, so he's still not winding it because he's explaining it to the... Oh, boy, I would be upset about this.
Linwood Patnode, the coach here for the Blackbirds. 45 seconds to go. A 3rd and 5. Run up the middle. He's going to be very close to a first down. I don't think he got it here, Coach. And that clock will continue to run. This could be a very big 4th down.
And now it's clock's going to stop for injured Memorial guy.
Injured Memorial is not a good sign, as that is our boy Pharrell Therancell, who's on the ground, and the trainer has come out here to check on him, as he looks like he's grimacing in some pain here with 30 seconds to go. And
so that saved Keene almost 20 seconds, because they went, they threw a flag, they stopped the clock right after the play, and then the head official went to the sideline and explained it to the Keene coach. And in all that time, Keene was able to line up for the next play without the clock moving. So they got almost a free play there against the time. Now you're 4th and short. Obviously, it's too far for a field goal, so you would think, oh, this kid's banged up.
Yeah, you can see if
hopefully it's just a cramp. That looks like it could be just a cramp.
Again, a 67-degree night.
Right.
This is much warmer than any of us were expecting to have for a Friday night.
And they are kicking a field goal, Kyle.
Wow, okay. Yeah. Well, this is a heck of a kick here. It's about a 34-yarder, I would say.
Yeah, it's spotted on the 32.
Davis Glodges, the kicker.
That's 42.
I'm confused here as the clock has started. Now it's stopped, and
timeout.
Memorial has decided.
They going with the freeze?
I guess that's what you're going to do here, because
watching too much TV, Rob. He's freezing the guy.
This is
I don't know if
unorthodox for sure, as some more time has got to be put back on the clock here.
I don't know if you got to freeze a high school kid before a 42-yard field goal, but maybe they know more than I do. Maybe this kid's got a leg and a half. He didn't seem to on the kickoffs, right?
No, Davis Glodja is a senior here, and no word on what he's done. It's not like we've seen a lot of
the kickoff wasn't onside, right?
That's true, yes.
So we didn't get to see how far he boots it. So, yeah, I mean, they definitely maybe gave him some time to think about it. I mean, there's not a lot of options here because they don't have any timeouts left. So even if they went for it on the ground and got it, they would only have time for one more play.
Well, exciting to see what Keene can do here. The kick is up. It is short. No good. And with 18 seconds to go, the Crusaders will get the ball. And can McFarland run another one to the outside and possibly go take the lead? Or does Coach Sturgis say, nah, just kneel it and we'll go into halftime?
Well, Kyle, I'm going to put my coaching hat on here. You got to have McFarland back there deep on that field goal.
I thought the same thing.
Because you can return that,
Yep.
right? And a lot of teams are not set up for that when they got their field goal unit out there. They don't have the quickest guys out there. So if you can catch that ball, you can return it.
And it's not like the special teams, unfortunately, is not the
kid,
star players.
You've seen his speed. He can go the distance. And, you know, when you're not expecting it and you kind of freeze real quick, if he gets by that, you know, line of scrimmage, then he could have been gone possibly. But that's just my 2 cents.
Well, here we go. First and 10 from the 20. And it's going to be a run. Look at this guy. Get some yards. And can he get through the Blackbird defense? He is not able to, but the clock will stop with the first down. And that will be at the 30-yard. They got to spike it for sure, as there's a lot of confusion here by Memorial. Even the first down markers are not. No, that's questionable right there. I gotta say something, Coach.
That's the official.
The markers were not even set up yet for that play.
Okay, so sometimes now you're getting officials that don't work together that much. That play should not have been set for play until the sticks were set. So that the clock should have remained stopped until the sticks were set and ready for play. And sometimes these sideline guys you got now are very new to refereeing. So.
I am a little bit perturbed about that for sure right now, as that was not right. That we've lost 4 seconds, and now it's going to be the last play of the half. Scrambling, looking, the throw to the end zone. Touchdown! The Crusaders on the Hail Mary to end the first half are able to score a 31-yard touchdown. And wow, Coach, well, I went from frustration to jubilation.
Well, I mean, that's McFarland right there giving himself time. And Villagrán just stayed with it and got to the corner, and he was wide open. There was nobody around him. So, you know, that's a tough one. Believe it or not, that's a tough one to catch because you're by yourself, and that ball's coming in like almost in slow motion.
High snap, the kick is good. And look at that. A last play of the first half works to perfection. A drive that went 80 yards in a matter of, 11 seconds, I felt like?
And credit Seymour because that was a huge run to set up that play. What was that, 50-yard run?
Yeah, 50-yard run.
You know, he's going to
49,
have he's going to have over 100 in the first half. So good for him and good for Memorial. Now they're going to get the ball back going into the second half. And they're playing spoilers tonight.
Wow, look at this. Well, we are going to take a halftime break and let the band do some magic here on the field. It's senior night for them as well. For Coach excuse me, not Coach Sturgis, Tom Bazoin.
I'm definitely not him.
For Coach Tom Bazoin, I'm Kyle Levy from Manchester Public Television. We'll be back for the second half. After this, Memorial leads it 14-7. Stay tuned. Back here at Shabbat McDonough Field for the second half of this contest between the Memorial Crusaders and the Keene Blackbirds. Kyle Levy and Coach Tom Bazoin here with you. A 14-7 lead here by the Crusaders. An exciting way to end that first half. And now we're getting ready to start the second half. Coach, your thoughts on the first half?
It was a tale of 2 quarters there, I think. I think Keene really dominated time of possession. And Memorial dominated the big plays, right? Because Memorial had 3 or 4 big plays to get themselves in the end zone. With McFarland making one and Seymour with a long run. And then that big pass play at the end of the half was almost like a Hail Mary type situation. So if they can keep playing defense here and stop the run of Keene, they can get in the end zone again. They'll be in good shape. Let's see if they can get a good return here.
Well, we'll see if he goes offside or he decides to go a little,
I think that's a once-in-a-game type thing. I mean, the kid must have a leg. They went for, what, a
Onside.
42-yard field goal
Yeah,
before?
I mean,
it was quite
the
short.
change in the points right there, if he had made it, it would have been 3. It would have been a 10-7 lead for Keene. Instead, now they're down. Oh, it is going to be onsides. Able to get it to about the 39-yard line before jumped on. And not bad field position here, Coach, for Memorial
they
to start
must have
things off.
trusted their kick coverage there, because that was just a squib to the second level, which is going to give, all you got to do is fall on it. It's going to give you great field position. So they're at the 40.
They're at the all right. I looked like he had 1 yard's 1 yard, as we said earlier. It's sometimes crucial just to fair catch it, and that's kind of basically what he did in a lot of ways, with just jumping on it, not trying to return it anymore. Let the offense do the thing, and let the special teams do their thing, and that's get the ball in good field position. And now we'll have a 1st and 10 for Memorial here, to start the second half. Oh, man in motion here. Let's see if it's a pitch. No, it's going to be a handoff up the middle. That'll be good for about a 2-yard gain. Positive yards.
Yeah, I think they're setting up that pitch for later. You know, it almost looked like they were going to go outside there, but they handed it off to Seymour. I was lucky enough to ran into Seymour's dad at halftime, out getting a little air in this beautiful night, and he's happy that he's getting some good yardage tonight on a senior night.
Yeah, 8:20 at night, and we're looking at a temperature of 65 degrees in late October. I mean, we joked about it. It's just we had some really cold games last year that we had to cover.
Oh.
And Coach, obviously, run up the middle, and he's going to be dragged. Oh, excuse me, I'm looking at the wrong player.
Yeah.
My
The triple option got you that time.
wow,
pal.
all right, well.
and they decided to go back to McFarland at quarterback, and it was a good decision tonight, because, you know, that's a couple of big plays that he's made at quarterback, and that was going to his left, so that's a keep by him. So, you know, Seymour dives, he fakes it to him, and then they got the pitch option or the run option.
Well, now it'll be a 3rd and 1 here for the Crusaders, who'd like to keep this drive going and put some more points on the board here. Looking across the defense. Let's see if it's a QB sneak here. No, it's going to be a hand up the middle, and he's going to get it. It'll be a 1st down for the Crusaders. And, hey, keep the clock running, I guess, when you got a lead.
And that's the tough yards, and that's a veteran move there, just using some clock before that play, right? So that's what you want to do right now. You want to keep your offense on the field, since your defense played most of the first half. So, you know, between each play, you know, you can see that back judge, his arm go up with 10 seconds left. So, you know, once that goes up, you still have plenty of time, and you can take your time and get into the play.
Seymour takes a seat on the bench here, gets some air, as he was able to get that chain gang to work and move. So now here we go. McFarland got to get on his horse, and he's going to be brought down.
Boy.
A big sack there from the Blackbirds, as Trey Jewett says, sorry, you're going backwards.
Hey, you know, I don't know. Geez, I'm going to question that call there. I'm sorry, Jordan. I'm not sure you're going to yell at me later, but, you know, you just got a 1st down on 3 plays. Running the ball and using clock, and now you're 2nd and what? What is it? 2nd and 20, Kyle?
22 right now.
So,
2nd and 22.
You know,
That's
you got to have another big play by McFarland or Villagran here to get him out of the jam.
at the same time, your QB has got to be able to see that nothing's open and just quickly get rid of the ball.
He kind of ran backwards. Yeah.
He again, that's one of his. Oh, it's going to be a run up the middle, and it's going to be brought down about a 2-yard gain on that. And we have some whistles here.
We got a block away from the play. So, you know, it's okay to drive your guy down the field as a receiver, but that is so far away from the play that you can't continue to block. I mean, it's 30 yards away from the play. So that's going to be a penalty on Memorial.
Waiting to see the referees in front of us discussing things, and now actually it's going to go against Keene.
Wow. I am shocked at that one. Unless the kid just got so upset that he got pushed down the field that he dropped a word that you shouldn't use. So, but that was as big as the
One of those George Carlin words.
Yeah, right. I thought sure because it was the back judge that threw it right in front of him. I thought he was going to call a block away from the play.
Well, that is able to get some yards on there. That's 10 yards, and now it'll be a 2nd and 12 instead of 22. So now that sack actually only works as a 2-yard loss. Now sensing the defense here, looking around, McFarland, man in motion, and it's going to be the pitch out, trying to get to the outside, able to make a few guys move, and now he's going to be wrapped up by a number of white jerseys, including big number 4 in Caleb Wheeler, who's had a great couple plays here.
Yeah, it was good pursuit by Keene, and Ethan had a couple yards on his own there because they had a loss in yardage on that play, and he gained a couple out of it. So
we might have an injury here.
Yeah, bummer.
Referees are kind of confused on what to do. He's up and limping. They did not call a timeout here, so a unique spot to see. As
he's got to go off for a play.
Jacob Schluff is finally running down the field. The trainer was ready to go. It was a very awkward scene here. But let's see. He's still on his feet for now. Now the trainer is saying, no, let's go over here and let's take a seat and talk about what's hurting you. Well, either way, a 3rd and 8 now. If Memorial's able to get this, they escaped a big jam here from that 2nd and 22 on that big sack. But time will tell. 7:25 remaining. It's going to be a run, and Seymour trying to run people over, and he's finally brought down. And now it'll be
that's a great block by
4th and short.
Vashon kicked out the end there, and he really – that's a highlight reel for him. 66 for Memorial. He pancaked that number 4 for Keene, and it's a good run inside there. So, that's 4th and short. And you can tell one of the things they talked about at halftime was to use clock, right? Because you can see McFarland taking his time to get something in line of scrimmage and looking at that back judge to see when the play clock is going to go down.
We're almost at a 6-minute drive. Right now it's 5 minutes and 20 seconds, but with a 4th and 1, we'll see if they jump off sides here. Oh, they're going to go for it. McFarland's going to try to get to the outside. A holding call has been called, so that will be good for a first down, but unfortunately the flag is on the field, and that's going to get Coach Rob Sturgis very frustrated.
Anytime 4th and short when you get a hold call. I think that, it was in the open field, so he kind of reached back for him. Yeah, so now they get a punt.
Punt team is going to come out here.
Smart move.
And that includes Brady Harrison, who is going to be out back to kick it away.
And also, they pinned him down. They pinned him down a couple times, right? They pinned him down there pretty close. He got him down at the 1.
He's been smart about where to place the kick. I mean, as you can see, the Keene returner, this time he's in the middle of the field, so we'll see if they which side of the field they aim it for. Man in motion again. We're wondering if that's ever going to be used.
Yeah, I don't know what their I don't know what the gain is out of that, but I guess it's just their punt play.
High snap. Lollipop is able to get it away. It's going to be
another good
poison for Keene, but Memorial says thank you very much, and they will get the ball inside the 15-yard line with 6:17 remaining in this third quarter.
And Harrison has done a tremendous job punting the football tonight. And that can be dismissed pretty easily, but that can be a difference in the game sometimes.
The coaches are all giving him some love right here.
Snap, right? That was not a good snap. That thing hung up there. And, he kind of has to be patient and catch it and then watch the Keene guys come off that left side, because when they motion a guy away like that, they're leaving guys open unblocked to come in.
Well, 1st and 10 for Keene, 6:17. They get the ball. It's going to be a first down and a handoff. He's trying to rugby his way for some extra yards, and finally, it's going to be a flag for a late hit late tackle, I guess, and that's a rough way for your defense to start things off here for Memorial.
I mean, I think that's what it is. It was a kind of a scrum in there. I didn't see anybody like violently late hit, but yeah, that's definitely going against Memorial.
Yeah, personal foul.
You know,
The whistles had blown, and they still kept pushing, and that would be a big 15-yard gain and a tough way for 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. So now it'll be from all the way up, and this is after the play, so they actually get the yards and the personal foul. So up at the 33-yard line now go the Blackbirds.
Yeah, it's a dead ball call, so.
Now a run to the outside. Great to see number 8, but he is wrapped up very strong and quickly here by the defensive lineman.
Nick Young again. Yeah, you know, he's been one of, you know, I've seen, I think, three or four now Memorial games, and he's been one of my favorite kids to watch. He really gets to the football and is an aggressive tackler.
Well, 2nd and 7, a gain of 3 yards on that play for the Blackbirds. And Abbott under center again, kneels down, and he's going to do a handoff to Wyatt Avery. He's going to get them open field, and finally, not even on his, he's still on his feet, gaining an extra 5 yards on that. And what a quick run by the captain, the senior. And Keene is looking very good here with 5:09 to go. Quickly, they've gone into Memorial side of the field.
Yeah, and it's the same type of thing, right? They're trying to wear you down, play after play after play, and then all of a sudden they break one. And, you know, you're going to watch them to go back to the outside now because, you know, they've been going inside off tackle, and you know, they could toss it here. But Memorial's widening it out smartly to the wide side of the field.
Now run up the middle, and he's going to be quickly brought down. What a tackle right there. 28 coming in and says, no, do not pass go. Do not collect $200. And a great job there by Jacob Clarington.
Yeah, it was a good tackle, too. Haven't called his name much, but that was a good play.
No yards gained or lost on that play, so it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 35-yard line. Keene trying to tie this game up or possibly take the lead if they were to go for 2, but they got to worry about the 2nd down play right here. And another quick, and this is going to be wrapped up. So we've seen Sawyer Lapel have some good runs, but that was not one of them. And now it is going to be about a 3rd and 7 here, and Jose Soto saw that and quickly clogged that hole.
Yeah, you got to wonder how banged up Sales is for Keene because Sawyer's been in there carrying the load for Sales' carries. He's got to be banged up enough where he's not going to be in the game. Now they're out at wing, so they might throw the ball here.
Trey Jewett back there, and he's going to hold it, and he's going to be wrapped up and brought down. So this will be a big 4th down. Memorial with a strong stand right there.
Yeah, that was their version of the option there. They brought a wing out instead of having 3 guys in the backfield. Kind of fake to the fullback, which really shouldn't throw Memorial off because they haven't handed to the fullback the whole night. So the fake really isn't going to do it for you if you're not giving it to the fullback. Where Memorial is giving it to Seymour, these guys are not giving it. They're giving it to one of the 2 backs behind and have not given it to the fullback once since I remember.
Nick Young with a big tackle late there and a 4th and 6. And we'll see if they're trying to get Memorial to jump. Go, quick snap, and he's going to try to get to the outside. Is able to stay in bounds, and he's going to get that 1st down. And right there, Wyatt Avery is looking like he is putting the Blackbirds on his back with some big runs here.
Yeah, we just call that the rat play, right? So it's a fake to one side and a counter back. And when you get teams over pursuing and get to the ball hard like Memorial has the last couple plays, you can catch them on a play like that.
It looked like a pitch out. Instead, it was a handoff to the fullback. And now, let's see, try to find a hole. Instead, he's going to gain a few yards there.
I think he got about 5 on the pitch.
Yeah, it was able to run about 25 yards, but he was able to get 5 positive yards anyway to try to get to the outside.
And they could be setting something up for the quarterback to keep it there, because the quarterback, after he pitches it there, he's booting away without the football, and nobody really followed him there. So, if you're Keene, you're taking an eye at that, and maybe we're coming back to that later.
Patrick Vachon back out there for the Crusaders. A 2nd and 5 from the 10-yard line. Keene is going to do a little pitch. Run back, but it's going to be wrapped up, and that's what the magic of Patrick Vachon can do here. He just was able to come in there and, not let that hole open up at all.
Yeah, him and Nick Young inside have been, stopping the inside run pretty well. They need some help from the secondary and the backers on those wide plays. Let's see what Keene comes out with here. The third, like a long 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, it's but with a minute 20 to go in this third quarter, so we'll see if Keene is able to get in on this side of the field or the other side of the field. But here we go with a 3rd and 4. This looks like it. He's able to get that first down and more, and he's able to get in. We'll see if the officials mark it. They can see better than we can. But now we're saying that there might be a fumble. A lot going on here.
And that was a broken play, Kyle. I don't think that was designed. I think he turned around and the back went the wrong way.
It is going to be a fumble recovery for the Crusaders. You can see the excitement off the defense running off the field. Wow, a huge turn of events right there. And for Kason Abbott, you got to wonder if it was worth trying to reach over to get that 6 points.
Yeah, the play was broken from the beginning. So he turned around to hand it to his back, and the back went the wrong way. So he just took off, and it was a good run. But sometimes you got to know when to go down. We talked about that last week on the broadcast, and it's hard to tell a kid that. But
you know what that immediately reminded me of? The butt fumble. I thought Kason Abbott was Mark Sanchez right there by the way that he did not know what to do, but he was able to get some positive yards. But now for the Crusaders, they got to be smart with the ball. You don't want to give up 2 points or more here. And 57 seconds to go in this third quarter. And this is a high stressful situation here for the Crusaders. And got to get something going here. Able to run a little bit up the middle. A little bit more breathing room here, but still a 2nd and 9 from the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, it's a smart move to try to, get Seymour the ball. He's got good hands, and he hasn't really fumbled the ball much. So, you got to be careful down here. You can't be too tricky, but you want to get at least one first down to get yourself away from with your back to the end zone.
Well, Connor McFarland gets the play from Coach D'Onofrio, and they will have a chance for one more play for this third quarter. Gets under center and decides to hand off the ball. Able to get a few yards here as Seymour, and he's still on his feet. He's able to get a first down, and that is a big sigh of relief here, as that's a first down 5 seconds ago. And wow, that is just all squats right there to keep his legs flowing, and a huge thing right there. He got the first down, and that is a good way to end the third quarter. It's all about winning halves or quarters, and right there, that's a big win to stop Keene at the 1-yard line. And now 12 minutes to go. Memorial with a 14-7 lead, and now we'll see how much time they can kill with this, start of the fourth quarter.
Well, now you get yourself a little bit more room, so you can try to get a normal drive going and do what they were doing to start the half, which is use the clock right after every down and try to use that clock to their advantage. The quarter went by fast because they were doing that, right? Nobody really threw the ball.
5 minutes and 30 seconds they had that ball.
Right.
And then at the other end of things, you had 5 minutes and 15 seconds for Keene on that drive. So really both teams only with one possession, but they will switch sides. So Memorial and their all red with white helmets will now be going left to right across your screen, while Keene and their all white with dark helmets will be going right to left. So, Coach, I have to say, 19 years ago tonight, do you remember where you were?
Oh, 19 years ago
19
tonight.
years ago.
What year was it, Kyle?
The
It was 2004?
2004.
I was probably coaching at Campbell High School somewhere in the sticks. If it was a Friday night game, we would have been in the sticks somewhere. But who knows?
The anniversary of the 2004 Boston Red Sox World Series is tonight. So as Memorial's in there all red and white, it kind of brought back to want to mention that a great time in Boston after 86 years, and we'll like to see Memorial put up some more points, like a David Ortiz home run here with these last 12 minutes of time. So a 1st and 10, another run up the middle, and brought down very quickly, but that will take 40 seconds off the clock.
You think I would remember that, Kyle? Because I believe I cried when that happened.
I was down in Boston as a young buck.
Yeah.
Was not, I don't know, we were doing some shenanigans thinking that we could possibly sneak into a place, and we were not.
Well, 19 years ago, you had to be like 6, right?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
I
was still old 19 years ago, so.
But yes, the anniversary is tonight. It was a full moon and a eclipse as well when they won that World Series, and a happy birthday to my lovely mother as well. So there you go.
Today?
With 2nd and 8 here though for Memorial here, killing more time on the clock, and quick handoff again up the middle, and he's going to be brought backwards here. And now Keene knows that they got to get that ball back. A chance to tie up that game, and they were not successful at doing it. And looking to clog the holes is Evan Ray and Cameron Olivio.
Now look for a keeper here, I think, with McFarland. I think they're going to try to get him in the open field to try to get the first down. You're going to get your best athlete because it's too long to dive it to Seymour here.
And now a 10:30 to go. Run out to the outside like you had called, and look at the speed to the 40, to the 45, and out of bounds at about the 48-yard line.
Almost like I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's like you did something once upon a time with this coaching thing.
Yeah, once in a while, you're right. That's what I say. Sun shines on a dog once in a while. I say it a little differently, but I can't say it on the air.
Yeah, it's all right. Well, that's a big first down, and now at the 49-yard line will be the Crusaders. Killing clock still not running yet. He did go out of bounds on his own, so that's probably why it will not start. I was thinking because it was a first down. Ugly play right here, able to make something happen, get back to the line of scrimmage, and gain a yard, actually. And that was a play that was not set up to be like that.
Well, it was the option, but the wing, see, that's where they were having trouble with McFarland earlier on, was you got to snap the ball quicker, because if that wing is already past you, that's what happens, right? He's already in front of you, so there's no pitch relationship. So you get in a little trouble, so you kind of just tried to get rid of it. Instead of losing 5 yards, though, he gained 1. So dangerous play, though.
Well, tough spot to see on the Memorial sidelines, as number 10, Jacob Schuff, is still having issues, and the trainer is working on, looks like his left leg here, so something to pay attention to as we go further in this game. But a 2nd and 9 here for Memorial at the 50-yard line. Man in motion. It's going to be a run up the middle. Seymour able to get some more yards, and he is well over 100 yards in this game.
Yeah, and that's an example of his patience right there. He just made a nice he looked like Le'Veon Bell right there, right? He took his time and made a nice little cut in the middle, and he went from 0 yards to, to get 4 on that, 5.
Yeah, he was able to get, it's officially a 3rd and 3, so they're saying he got 6 yards on that play. So
that was an excellent run.
Now.
So you see McFarland using the clock, right?
Yeah,
he doesn't even have to go up there. He's watching the
He's
back
asking
judge.
about dinner afterwards, it looks like. And now we got some players jumping, and see what the referees say. It looks like from the celebration going on in the red side that it's going to be on Keene, But obviously, there we go. The referee says otherwise. Encroachment called, and an automatic first down for Memorial. Good job there by Jordan and Rob here, coaches of Memorial.
And that was, you could tell that was their halftime adjustment to keep their defense off the field as much as they could and to try to use the clock. And that time Keene got impatient and jumped off sides.
Well, clock starts again, 8:20 to go. Run up the middle here, and it's going to be brought down. But offensive linemen are doing a heck of a job of just trying to push their competitors. Patrick Vachon on there. We were talking about him on the defensive side, but he's out there on the offensive side as well. And Xavier Gonzalez, the freshman, you could see him out there as well doing his thing.
Yeah, it's nice to have a freshman on the offensive line. And I was talking to Jordan about that kid the other day. And, he's got a bright future. But
Jack Paradise, a sophomore as well. Sorry to, got to mention some other kids.
Yeah.
But you're mentioning.
Back to Seymour, I mean, you can see him looking for the cutback lane. And that cutback lane is there after the first level. So if he gets there, he's going to have another big play like he did earlier.
Waiting to see. 2nd and 8. Another run, but this one is going to be very quickly stopped as not able to get anything going. And Dylan Cushman, the senior for Keene, involved in that tackle. So it's going to be a 3rd and long here with under 7 minutes to go in this game once this next play happens.
And I think they would have liked a couple more yards out of that, but they also are okay with that because now they're going to take some more time off the clock and let that thing run. I wouldn't snap it until the ref is counting down to 5. So, right now they raise their hand at 10 seconds, then they count down like a basketball official from 5. So I wouldn't even snap this thing until, there we go.
3rd and 6 here. And McFarland's out to the outside is going to be brought down again. A big play by Trey Jewett. The block was missed for sure on that, and Jewett was able to just say, come here. I want to make you lose some yards.
I think they went to the well one too many times there, right? So 3rd and long or 3rd and 5. The last few times, they were going with McFarland on the keeper, and Keene was reading that all the way. So they would have been better off trying to get Villagrán the ball or just going up inside with Seymour. See if they can pin him down here again.
And now we got a flag thrown, and this is interest. I don't know if that's a delay a game or what is going on here.
It's a side judge, so it's going to be either somebody lining up offsides or a false start.
It looks like a false start from that hand gesture that I saw, and that is right. So that will make them lose another 5 yards.
That's not really a big deal. The way that he's punting it here, it's it's not ideal, but not that huge of a deal.
Blackbird set up at the 10-yard line. 6 minutes left in this contest. And a big play right here to see if they can make them have a long ways to go. And waiting for the clock still running.
Yep. There's the 10 seconds. So they're not snapping the ball until last second, which is smart.
Bad snap. Boy. Takes a – oh, what is this?
We got a false start again.
Oh, my. I thought – I saw the white hat, and he immediately blew the whistle that the ball hit the ground.
Oh, it did?
Ball hit the ground on that punt.
Oh, my goodness, no. So they're going to get the ball there.
Oh, well, we've been praising.
So the ball can hit the ground, Kyle, but his knee must have hit the ground.
Oh, that is a huge change in this game right now. 5:37, and Keene was looking at a 90-yard drive, if not more, and now they just have a 41-yard to tie this game up with 5 minutes and 37 seconds. Coach, this is a huge.
We talked about special teams, right? And that was nice play, right?
Oh, he's still on his feet. He's able to get some yards. He's still on his feet. Finally brought back, but you thought that was going to be a tackle in the backfield. Instead, he kept his legs motoring, and a big run right there by Wyatt Avery.
So back to the punt. I mean, I was kind of watching to see where the ball was going to go, so I kind of took my eye off it. But what happened is, there was a bad snap again, and Harrison went down to get it. When he went down to get it, he was on a knee. And so when you're on a knee, you're down. So That's what the call was, and that was a great second effort there by Keene.
1st and 10 now from the 30-yard line. Blackbirds gonna hand it off, waiting for some blockers, trying to get dragged down. Good for at least a 5-yard gain, and he's just upset here that he didn't get more, but Sawyer Lapel has definitely been, as you would say in basketball, like the 6th man.
Yeah, he came in when the other kid got hurt, and they haven't missed a beat really with him.
No, it's still been, good running here and trying to get something going. And back to Avery. Avery is going to be, looks like just short. It will be a 3rd and 1 yard line here from the 21-yard line. And with 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go, whistle has been blown, and we have a Crusader injured on the ground here. He's trying to raise himself up. It thankfully doesn't look like it's too major, but the trainer and Coach Sturgis have come out to double check on a big defensive lineman here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That happened inside, so it was tough to tell. But Avery is their workhorse, huh? They just keep going to him, and he's kind of wearing Memorial down right now. And, it comes down to those couple of special teams plays that didn't go Memorial's way, right? So if they can stop him here, it will probably be close to the game, I would say. I mean, there's 4 minutes left, and it would be very tough for Keene to score if they don't score here, So it's 3rd and 1. Let's see. This is a big play in the game right here.
I'm going to assume it's going to go to Avery here, but time will tell here. And, yeah, it goes to the outside. He's going to get the first down and more. And finally he's going to be tackled out of bounds. And now a flag has been thrown. Oh, boy.
Memorial's discipline has not been good tonight. And, you don't put that on the staff. Sometimes it's just the kids that, if that's what the call is, if it's a late hit out of bounds, this will be their 3rd personal foul of the night.
And waiting to see what the officials mark it as again, he was already inside the red zone, so this will be half the distance to the goal.
Right.
At about the 11.
Looks like that's what it is. Looks like it's on Memorial. I can't imagine it being anything else. Yeah. Oh, he pointed the wrong way. No, he pointed the right way.
He pointed the right way,
okay,
yeah.
My bad.
So now it'll be 1st and goal for the Blackbirds. 4:11 remaining in this contest. Coach, this is we have not seen any points scored in the second half, and they fumbled at the 1 yard line earlier. We'll see if they can learn from their mistakes. Another run to Avery. Avery is going to be brought down, is able to still gain a couple yards.
And how much time do you want to use here if you're Keene? So now you're looking at the other way. You don't want to give Memorial, if you're thinking I'm going to get in the end zone, I don't want to give Memorial too much time on the clock. And they're doing the opposite. They're going fast, so what do I know?
And now a run to the inside. He's brought down.
Memorial standing tall here. They're not letting them in. They're going quick. They're not.
Look at this. 3:30 remaining in this contest. And now a timeout has been called. And that will go against Memorial.
So Keene forced Memorial to use the timeout there by going fast. It kind of surprised me because I thought Keene might use a little clock there. But, getting into some strategy here, if they do get in, Kyle, your season could be on the line for playoffs. Do you go for 2? I mean, do you put it in your players' hands and go for 2? Or do you try to extend the game?
It's been in my head for sure, as their run game has been working really well, and that these Crusader D linemen are exhausted at this point. We do have a score update from Gill Stadium.
Ooh, I don't know if I want to hear this one.
49-0.
Yeah, I mean,
Pinkerton is there.
That's a tough. Years ago that would have been a game, right? But now the way things are, Central's up against it, and they're in a really tough conference, man. I hand it to them for winning a couple of games because they are light on numbers and they are light on, size. So, Pinkerton is just too good of a team right now.
Well, Ball at the 3-yard line. Trying to push, waiting to get it. And officially it's a touchdown for Keene.
So it's a quarterback sneak. So, he redeems himself for fumbling it on the one before and gets in the end zone. So now it looks like they're going to just come right out with the kick, and they're not even thinking about it.
Wow, all right. Well, that you just drove down. Well, you really only drove 41 yards.
I tell you, it is a tough call, Kyle. You think maybe you have the momentum now so that, overtime could go your way.
Kick is good. So we have a tied game with 3:22 remaining in regulation. Memorial will have a chance to get the ball with 2 timeouts remaining. And wow, this has been a fun game to end the season here for Memorial besides the Turkey Bowl. And maybe they'll have another one. I know that Central has been talking about possibly playing one more game as well next week.
Yeah,
so
there's talk about that. And, it's confusing me when I'm hearing that because, when I was coaching, NHIA had to approve all football games. So I didn't know that you could just plug one in. But I think Division I had put that option in there for teams to play one on that week because of so many teams are making the playoffs. So these other guys that don't make the playoffs can actually get a football game in. So I think that's the way it works. I'm sorry if I'm ignorant about that, but yeah.
A little
you may as
pooch
well,
kick
right?
again. Oh, takes a weird bounce and finally just going to be covered up at about the 31-yard line. So 69 yards. The Crusaders have to drive to at least get into field goal range if they want to try that.
And, this is when the triple option becomes tough, right? Because now you don't have an offense that's going to be dynamic and spread out that you can get down the field quick.
We have not seen a 5-wide from Memorial tonight.
So, they have to hope Seymour breaks one like he did before and then get themselves on this side of the field, and then they have more options.
Well, that took 2 seconds off the clock, so 3:20 remaining, and Connor McFarland comes under center, gets the ball. It's going to be to Seymour, and he is going to be – was it just – yeah, it was to Seymour. Okay.
Yeah, and he was just wrapped up immediately. So, they've run that play on first down, I would say 75% of the time tonight. So at some point, even high school kids are going to figure that out.
That's true. Well, that takes us under the 3-minute mark in this contest, and now a 2nd and 10. Memorial looking around, yells something to his players in the backfield. And he's going to throw the ball to the outside, and no one is there. Well, I guess trying to get across the field was number 14, and just not able to get across the field in time to catch that pass.
Well, it was good coverage by Keene. They stayed home, and Bolio was a little bit deeper than Villagran, and they had 2 guys rolling out that way, so it was a decent play call, right? But Keene had it covered well. And McFarland did the right thing by throwing it out of bounds because, you don't want to throw a pick there on this side of the field at this point in the game.
It's a tough spot. The clock does stop with 2:36 to go. It's going to be a 3rd and 10, and game tied at 14 with the way that Keene just drove down the field. I guess good field position certainly helps a lot.
Oh, yeah. That's everything in the run game.
And now we have a false start.
A false start, so now that limits what you're going to do. And, they were probably going to go back to McFarland there. But now you got to really be careful. You got to say, hey, look, do we leave it to our defense? Do we just run the ball and punt? But their punt has been a little sus on the snaps the last couple of times. So that's what hurt them before, right? The snap was bad, so he had to go down on a knee to get it, and that's when the turnover on downs occurred.
Well,
so
here we go.
I don't know what they're going to do here. I couldn't even guess.
Snap, rolling to the outside. He's got to watch for his backside. He's running around in circles, and he's got to get rid of the ball. He finally throws it downfield, and incomplete pass. Wow. Coach, I can only imagine that you were.
I would have had a heart attack probably right there.
I mean, you could see he was running towards his
Oh, my
end
God.
zone here. That would have.
That looked like Sean Taylor right there. That's my buddy. My buddy. Shout out to my guy Sean, who wasn't really a quarterback, but I had to play him at quarterback. But he would do things like that. But he had a little bit more athleticism to him where he could escape that and kind of get away.
Well, here we go. 4th and 15 and a 3-and-out for Keene, and it gives them a chance. And obviously they have the field goal kicker, so they got to just get in with a few yards. Thankfully, a good snap. Oh, this one's not a good kick, though. It goes straight up in the air. Does take a central bounce, but the Keene will get the ball at the 45-yard line. 2:15 to go in this contest. And my goodness, you
finally
live
gets
by
a good
this
snap, and he shanked it.
Oh.
Which, sometimes, the adrenaline of making a play on the snap and having the Keene rushers come at you will make you get a better punt off, believe it or not, because your adrenaline is and the Keene was smart. They had a return on there. They didn't rush at all. So they had a total return on there, and that kind of put pressure on them to get a good punt off.
2:15 remaining in this contest, and Wyatt Avery gets some room. He's running, and he's going to go all the way. Blackbirds take the lead with 2:05 remaining in the contest. Wyatt Avery with a 45-yard run, and it puts the Blackbirds back in the lead.
You can almost see that coming with that kid, right? He's been banging in there the whole night, and they just kind of gave up on that play. The interior linemen had been making most of the tackles on him, and the linebackers just weren't there. I don't know what happened on that play, but, there was nobody there at the next level, and Wyatt just kept on going.
Wow, what a change of events from a special teams have been a huge factor. Kick is up, and it is good. So with 2:05 remaining, it had been a long time since Keene scored, and now they've scored on 2 consecutive drives to take a 21-14 lead.
And, that might have been Keene's season right there. That's going to move them to 4 wins, right? So
4-4.
Right.
I will quickly kind of look up the standings here to see what that might do for them.
Yeah, so, that was a huge play. And I tell you, that kid it gets the game ball for me, Wyatt. I mean, he has – Seymour had a big night rushing the ball, but that kid must have 150 yards too.
Bishop Girton was ahead of them, 4-3.
Right. So.
And looking at where Bishop Girton is, they are facing Nashua South.
Yeah, so they should beat them.
And a kick. Memorial, though, with 2:05 remaining,
Right,
is going to get decent field position. They just got to go 55 yards.
What are we doing there? I mean, I hate to sit up here and question coaches, but, what are we doing there? The kid can obviously boot the ball. You're giving Memorial a chance in the football game by giving them the ball on the 45-yard line. I mean, kick it deep. You know what? I don't understand that at all, and I don't know.
Well, this is going to be a big drive here on homecoming nights here for the Crusaders. 2:05 remaining in the contest, down 7, 55 yards to go, and we'll see what Connor McFarland can do here on senior night. A run up the middle is squashed very quickly, and it was actually going to go for a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, and it's the same play they ran on first down,
all game?
15 times. So the interior linemen have that down, so they know what's going on. So you got to get away from that. You can't be predictable.
And they got to quickly rush. Under 2 minutes to go now, and McFarland's going to rush out. And again, he's able to make some guys move, and this is going to be a gain it's actually going to be a loss and a big hit out of bounds.
And that's our guy 34 who came in at back, and he came up and laid some wood on Villagrán. I mean, that was a hit, and it was a legal hit.
Yeah.
Which is, nice to see. Nobody leading with their head. But, McFarland's just trying to make plays at this point. You see him running around back there, but he's just trying to make a play for his team.
That pass goes for a negative 2-yard. And look at this, running again, waiting, looking, trying to spread his hips. He's going to be out of bounds. And, trying for his best, but I got to give a lot of love to Aiden Tarr, who's been able to just come from the near side D-line and make McFarland have lots of issues. And now we have a big 4th down here with 57 seconds to go.
You know, Kyle, that goes back to not having a pass package, right? When you get in a game when you're down by a touchdown and you're in a triple option and you don't have a pass package to go to, then he's under center and he's going to take 5-step drop right off the bat, and Keene's just teeing off. They're just sending more guys than Memorial can handle, and he's got 2 or 3 guys in his face before he gets to his 5-step drop. So then he has to scramble all over the place. If you're in shotgun, then that gives you a little bit more room, and it spreads the defense out and doesn't give them the ability to just come reckless abandon off the edge. So that's my critique there. But, you know, sometimes when you move into an offense, that's what you got. I understand because I've done it before myself.
What do you do here, Coach? Hook and ladder?
Well,
you know,
I don't know what you do, but whatever it is, it's going to be a Hail Mary type of play.
We've seen it work earlier in the contest to take that lead, and now Aiden Tarr really again having a factor. The throw is downfield and is incomplete, nearly hits the WMUR videographer, and that will do it. Keene will get the ball with 49 seconds to go. Memorial only has 2 timeouts, and
some nice sportsmanship by the Keene DBs there, you know, shaking Bolio's hand. You know, there's good sportsmanship going on. That's good stuff.
Do appreciate both these teams had not the season that they had hoped for, and for Keene though, they will go to 500 with a 4-4 record. You can see them all hugging each other as able to get a victory all the way out here in Manchester, and that bus ride back to Keene will be very happy right here, as now they will look to just knee the ball down.
As happy as a bus ride back to Keene can be.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's not a great bus ride. I've been on it before, and it's not terrific. But, you know, it's easier when you win, right?
Kason Abbott, who is just a sophomore, if he can get his arm going, he's got a phenomenal way to run the offense.
Yeah, he runs it. He runs it well. He really runs the wishbone well. And, you know, sometimes throwing the ball is nice, but if you're running that offense and you're able to command that offense, that goes over big too.
The players will line up.
But Wyatt Avery, right?
Wyatt Avery, a 45-yard run to win the game, his 2nd touchdown of the day, and that is basically how this game ends. You got to give him the player of the game if you have to.
There's no doubt. And for Memorial, like, you know, Seymour, you know, he had a good first half. He was kind of not there in the second half because Keene kind of keyed on him, right? And they said, we're going to take him away, and they did. So, you know, Keene definitely outgained Memorial by a lot of yards. I don't know what the final tally is, but other than Memorial's big plays, right, Keene really controlled the game on the ground.
Well, Coach Tom Bezoin, it's been a pleasure to be with you again here covering some high school football for Manchester Public Television, as we will look to get you up in the booth for the big old turkey bowl here on Thanksgiving Day, as tomorrow morning we will have a 10 a.m. game at West versus Hillsborough Deering Hopkinton. Both those teams looking to get their second win of the year.
I'll be in the stands for that one. You know, some of my guys, it's senior day over there, so I had a few guys. They don't have too many seniors, I'll tell you that. But you know, it's been a rough season for West as well. But you know, they're rebuilding over there with a lot of young players, and they've got some good coaches. So hopefully they have a good day tomorrow. But, yeah, 10 a.m. start, that's a weird one.
Very strange indeed. But for Executive Director Jason Cody, Operations Specialist Joe Lar, Operations Assistant Brendan McCormick, my name is Kyle Heavey. It's been a pleasure to be with you on this Friday night. Have a happy Halloween. And everyone, thank you very much for watching. This has been a production of Manchester Public Television. We'll see you again soon. Good night.